So you clicked on this video because you want to grow your business by publishing YouTube videos, but you don't have any experience in making videos and kind of the idea of getting on camera even scares you. Well, you got to get over that. And I'll be the first to tell you that YouTube is the best way to market your business, as I've grown an email list of over 50,000 warm leads through YouTube, all free organic YouTube traffic. And I was nervous and had no idea how to make videos at first as well. But after working with thousands of clients and over 10 years of experience of making videos on YouTube myself, I'm here to break it all down for you into a few easily digestible steps that you're gonna get right here in this video today. So let's go ahead, dive right in, and I'm gonna turn you into a content creation machine. My main goal is to simplify the whole process, and let's get started. Number one, the first step to creating an awesome YouTube video is packaging. This is part of pre-production. You haven't even hit record yet, but you do need to come up with a topic, a title, a script, and maybe an idea of what your thumbnail is gonna look like. This is all called packaging. What is the topic? Well, the topic is something that your avatar would think is interesting, click on, consume, and get value from. That's the simplest way that I can put it. But there's different ways to come up with it, right? But keep your avatar in mind throughout the whole entire process. So you can go to different Facebook group communities, see what questions are being asked. You can look at other videos in your space, see what people are asking in the comments section. Take a look at your FAQs at your business. Maybe some ideas of some videos might pop into your head right there. Remember, you want to educate and entertain these viewers that hopefully will go and purchase a product from you in the near future. Now, once you have the topic, you know what you want to make the video about, you need to come up with a title. The title should be something that people could read, get interested in, create a little bit of curiosity in their mind and have them click. And of course, it's got to be what your video is about. You want it to align very closely to what you were about to say in the video so that people aren't like clickbaited or just click off your video. You want them, clicked on for in the first place. And now it's time to write your script, and you want to start with a hook, then you want to deliver value, think bullet points and lists of different things that you can deliver and teach on in the video that's going to retain them and keep them watching. And it's really all about hooking them, retaining them, and then at the end of the video, after they've gotten all this value, call them to action. Give them a verbal, hey, click the first link in the description if you want X, Y, and Z, if you want the next steps, with a great call to action. Or, of course, you can ask them to view another one of your videos, which is gonna help in the YouTube algorithm. And the last part of packaging is the thumbnail ideation. Some people like to design the thumbnail at this point, but I think just ideate, kind of come up with some ideas, just spend a few minutes thinking about what the thumbnail could look like. And that's gonna help you when you get to that thumbnail design part. Plus, it's gonna give you a little bit more direction as you go and film. And now that you have all the pre-production finished, it's time for the next step, which is of course to film the content. So the first thing you should take into consideration is your framing and your depth of field. Framing, meaning you don't want like a light stand sticking out of your head, or you don't want just weird background. You want to try to frame up your background similar to what I have going on here, where you can see I got, I'm framed up. You get the point here. And so find a place in your home where you can frame up a shot, put your iPhone or a camera. Don't let the technology hold you up right now. Whatever you have is what you're going to use, and maybe move a little furniture around or do what you got to do to find a space to frame up a great shot that also has depth or depth of field, right? Space behind you. A lot of mistake people make is they shoot their videos with their back right up against the wall. Instead, you want to create a bunch of depth and openness behind you. It's just going to help you create a better shot. And now that you kind of have the background all set up, the next thing you're going to want to focus on is your lighting. And I recommend a 3-point lighting system. You can buy a softbox kit for this, and it's probably less than like $200 or maybe about $200 on Amazon. So invest in that. If you can't, then of course you're going to want to use natural light coming from a window. You want the light to hit you on the face and not be behind you, hitting you on the back of the head. But just stick to the fundamentals. Get a light hitting you here, a light hitting you here, and maybe a light hitting you on top or another one from the side, and you'll be good to go to creating great video. And audio is just as important as the video. So for the audio, I recommend you use a lav mic. If you want a specific one, I would go with the Smart Lav Mic Plus by Rode. It's exactly what I'm using here. I have it connected to a mirrorless camera, but you can connect that directly into your phone and use that as like a portable lav mic that you can use. There's a ton of different options for mics, but I always recommend the lav mic because even if you're in like an echoey room, the lav mic will still give you great results. had to add a few converters and stuff like that to get it to plug into the camera, because actually this is like a smart lab for your phone. Like I said, it's supposed to actually plug directly into your phone and use that way. And I've used it that way, when we're out and about many times. But here, through a converter, I have it plugged directly into my mirrorless camera. And the last thing I want you to keep in mind when making this video is I want you to focus on your camera presence, okay? Think about, how can I make this video more engaging? And, one quick tip is to double your energy, right? Just bring twice as much energy when you hit record on that camera, and try to speak with some sort of cadence. Use a cadence that goes up, goes down, and just kind of makes you more interesting than, hi, this is me. People do not want to watch that. So work on your camera presence. You're not going to be good when you start, but over time you'll get better, and it's just an important part. And now that you got it filmed, step number 3 is going to be to edit the video. Don't overthink it, just remove all the mistakes and you're good to go. But if you want to add a little bit more to it, then I would say focus on adding a visual hook somehow at the beginning. You already should have had a verbal hook, right? Because you already scripted and you wrote a hook. But now I want you to think, as you're editing, is there any way that I can add a little extra right here in the edit, whether that's motion graphics or stock footage or anything, to hook the audience in a visual way as well. And then, like I said, you're gonna go through, remove all the fluff, remove all the mistakes. And to do that, you're just gonna use jump cuts. And the way the jump cuts work is you wanna take your cursor where you're about to make a cut, and you wanna put it right at the very edge of that sound, and you wanna get that exact frame perfect to make a clean cut that's gonna jump cut to the next part of the video. And you're gonna cut out all your mistakes, you're gonna cut out any fluff, right? Just any kind of stuff where you're rambling, just cut that stuff out, and that'll be it for your video. You'll have it all edited up. And a few different softwares that you can use, like a free one is DaVinci Resolve. It's basically a professional video editing software that's actually free, and that's why people will recommend it a lot of times. The other two big dogs are Final Cut Pro for Mac, and then also, of course, Adobe Premiere for Mac and other computers, PCs as well. And man, we are flying through these. Step number 4 already is to design your thumbnail, right? It's edited, the video is ready to go, it's uploaded. You need to design that thumbnail that you ideated about earlier in this process. So kind of the first step is to think about how you can tell a story with your thumbnail, right? How can the title and the graphic of the thumbnail play together to tell a story to entice the click? That's what it means to tell a story with your thumbnail. And you're gonna wanna put all kinds of different things and elements in there in order to tell that story while keeping it simple and having it stand out. So one of the best practices is to use like a big expression and a big face, right? Maybe you're surprised, maybe you're sad, maybe you're happy, maybe you're pointing, maybe you are looking at something, but a big expression normally works well. It's kind of best practice, as you've seen on YouTube yourself. Also, you wanna consider maybe adding some text. Now, don't do it if it's not gonna actually add to it. You wanna think, does it help me tell a story, right? Does it help create curiosity? And you only wanna use about like 3 to 4 words. You don't wanna put a ton of words on there. And the last step right there is just whatever your thumbnail is, you're trying to create curiosity. Curiosity is kind of the emotion that gets people to click. They're curious of what the video is gonna be about. So just keep that in mind as you design your thumbnail. And you can use tools like Canva, Photoshop, of course, is what I would recommend. And of course, you can hire people. Here at VidChops, that's what we do. We will do your thumbnails for you. Not to mention, we'll do a lot more than just thumbnails. We will edit that video. We'll do this entire process for you, but that's not what this video is about. This is about you getting where you're at right now, getting your first video online as a business owner. We are almost done. The thumbnail's been designed. Step number 5 is optimization, meaning you're gonna get into your YouTube studio, gonna upload that thumbnail onto the video. If the video's not already uploaded, you gotta upload that too, obviously. You're gonna input your title, tags, description, as well as, you're gonna create your end cards, right? At the end of your video, you should be linking to other videos, and also linking maybe to an external website and to subscribe. All things like that in your end card. So you gotta set that up in notes as well. If at any point in your video you go, hey, I talked about this in a past video, go ahead and check it out right here. That's called a note. It'll pop up. You gotta set those up as part of your optimization, as well as, check a few other boxes. You're gonna wanna go through that entire process and kind of get that streamlined. And if you are monetized with YouTube AdSense, then you can set up your ads as part of your optimization as well. You're gonna wanna set up, when your ads show throughout the videos and how many times, stuff like that. So you can't really skip this step, but it's part of the process. You're gonna wanna optimize it. It doesn't take that long and it's part of the process. And then you just hit publish and there it is, the video is live. But I do feel like there's one final step that you can't overlook, and that's step number 6, and that's promotion. The job is not done until you share it out and tell your communities and your email lists all about it. So I recommend, share it to your email list, share it to any online communities that you own, maybe a Discord chat, a Slack thing, maybe you have a Facebook group. There's all different kinds of online communities. If you own one, you should, then share it there, of course. And then throughout your other socials, right? On your Instagram, create a little story, vertical video, share it out and promote it on your other social media platforms as well, because you put a lot of work in creating this great video and there it is, you want people to see it. And I know you're new to making videos, but this really is the name of the game. And then if you want to get better and get more views and just create better videos overall, then you just go and you optimize each one of these 6 steps, and there's little parts to each one too, and you just get better, get a little bit better at each one, get the lighting a little bit better, and over time, throughout many videos, you eventually will win on YouTube and create a channel that's going to actually act as hopefully a marketing channel for your business. And that's it. That's all I got. If you guys want help with this entire process, then go ahead and check out the first link in the video. You can book a call and it'll actually be me on the call. We'll hop on the call, talk a little bit about what your goals are, your content is, and see if VidChops can help you with this entire process, because this is exactly what we do. We can do it for you, done for you process. So first link in the description, and I'll see you guys over there.